Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Auteuil Racecourse here on Saturday. It is the 6th of November 2021. We're going to look at the stakes action from Auteuil, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Get 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And also join me today for my Breeders' Cup preview from Del Mar, but some great jumps racing, grade 1 jumps racing here at Auteuil. So we're going to look at some of those races 2, 3, and 5. The second race, it is the grade 2 PreCrest chase. It's a grade 2 event going for a purse $245,000 race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 8 chasers going 3,600 meters or 2 miles and a quarter over the chase course. I'm going to go with the 7-horse Inzetta de Guet as a top selection. We'll go 7-1 in your forecast exacta. 7-1 forecast exacta. Top selection 7-horse Inzetta de Guet. This 3-year-old gelding by Coastal Path gets Angelo Zulani up on the saddle. 9-2 here. The horse's most recent ad came 28th of September at Compiègne. His sophomore appearance over the chase is in a 2 mile and 1/8 condition chase, and he won by 5 lengths. You know, he basically everything that was wrong about his debut over the chases he made up for. He jumped fluidly, he quickened up nicely, and he just kept going. That was a very good race on very demanding ground. Now he's coming here to Auteuil, which is a very difficult place to jump around sometimes, but I think off of that very impressive race last time out, I think he should be really on the improve, and I think he's sitting on a very good run. 2 back ran the 10th of September at Compiègne, 2 miles and 1/8 in a conditional chase, and he finished second by 1/4 lengths, and he just never was really fluid that day. He never jumped to his full potential. It just wasn't his day to win there. And then his final race over the hurdles came on the 17th of May at Compiègne, 2 miles in a conditional hurdle. He won by 5, and he did everything right and more. And then before the 27th of April, 2 miles in a conditional hurdle, he finished second by a neck, an improvement off his debut over the hurdles, but he still had something, to give, just a little bit something he needed late. And then he ran here on the 20th of March over the hurdles here at Auteuil, mile 7/8 in a conditional hurdle, where he finished 6th by 8 1/4 lengths, and he just really wasn't getting into it. But that was his first race, and like I said, this course could be very tough at times. Coming here today, I'm going to take a shot with his debut over the chases locally. But to recap my selection for the second from Auteuil, it's the grade 2 PreCrest chase. Let's take the 7-horse Inzetta de Guet. We'll go 7-1 in your forecast exacta. Let's get to the third race now from Auteuil, which is the grade 2 PreBournoisennes. Pardon me, I mispronounced the race name wrong, but pardon that. It is the group. We'll try it one more time. It's the grade 2 PreBournoisennes. Again, my French is horrible. I took 2 years of it in high school, not high school, college, and just barely passed. But it's the PreBournoisennes. Again, said it wrong, but pardon me. A hurdle. It's going for a purse $214,000 race for 3-year-old juvenile hurdlers. We have a field of 8 horses going 3,600 meters or 2 miles and a quarter over the hurdle course. I'm going to go take the number 1 horse, Hawaii de Burlas. I'm going 1-4 in the forecast exacta. 1-4 forecast exacta. Top section 1 horse, Hawaii de Burlas. 3 affiliated by Marteline. Pierre Duberg is on this one. The horse's most recent outing came 21st of October here at Auteuil. 2 miles and a quarter in the Group 3 Pre-Imagine hurdle, and the horse won by 2 3/4 lengths, and at 4-1 was a slight upset, but he jumped a terrific race. He stalked, he got around the race course well, he quickened up nicely, and on the demanding ground, he kept going. I don't think he was slowing down late. I think he was excelling. A very, very good race in his sophomore appearance. Prior to that, his freshman appearance at Auteuil, 13th of September, 2 miles and a quarter in a listed hurdle, went by 1/4 lengths, and again at 7-1, he just kept going and quickened up nicely off of 2 very good runs. Coming here again today, even with the small, offering, he's run the best numbers out of anybody here, and I think he should just really improve off those races. In 95, I know it's a low price, but I think he should really improve here. I'm going to take him. To recount my selection now for the third from Auteuil, I'm going to take the 1-horse Hawaii de Burlas, 1-4 in the forecast exacta. Let's get to the 5th race now from Auteuil, which is the grade 1 Grand Prix de Hauteville hurdle. It's a grade 1 event going for a purse $428,000 raised for 5-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 7 horses going the distance of ground of 4,800 meters or 3 miles over the hurdle course. I'm going to take the 4-horse Time Hill as a top selection. Let's go 4-5 in the forecast exacta. 4-5 forecast exacta. Top selection of 4-horse Time Hill. The 7-year-old gelding by Cave Terror. Tom O'Brien's on this one for Philip Hobbs, coming in from the UK to run most recent outing came at Aintree on the 10th of April, 3 miles and 1/8 in the grade 1 Stayers hurdle at Aintree, and he won by a neck that day, and he upset a very good group of horses. He stalked, he quickened up nicely on the front end, and he got the job done. That was a very good race where some horses did not show up, but he really showed up. Good run there that day. Prior to that, he ran at Ascot the 19th of December, 3 miles in the Grade 1 long walk hurdle, and he finished second by a neck. Paisley Park that day just was freaking and won nicely on the demanding ground. This horse just couldn't keep up late, but he got the other side of Paisley Park after that, and Paisley Park hasn't been really the same since that race. And then prior to that, he ran the long distance hurdle at Newbury, 3 miles in 27th November, won it by 1.5 lengths. Again, he did everything more and jumped well to a very good run. He runs very fresh off a long break, so I think he's going to be very suited to go here today. That's something that doesn't scare me at all with him. His 2019-2020 campaign wasn't bad at all, but he did have a slight mishap at Cheltenham and the Grade 1 Albert Martlet Novice's hurdle, where he finished fourth by 1/4 lengths, and as a 4-1 favorite, he just never quickened up late. He was jumping well early on, but then he just kind of came up flat late. But before that, he won the Shallow Novice's hurdle at Newbury right after Christmas in 2019, and then he won the Ballymore Novice's hurdle at Cheltenham in November 2019 very easily. But that Cheltenham race at the festival in 2020 just wasn't to his usual self. But coming here at 6-1, I think he could really run a good race. His biggest challenger, I think, is the 5-horse Léodomine, who's been winning everything in France recently. 5 for 5 this season. The only loss came here last year in this race in late November, where she just couldn't get into it. But this season she's been running good, but she's kind of her form is somewhat, and numbers have been decreasing recently. Maybe they've been saving her, but I think Time Hill is going to be her biggest challenge here today, and I think Time Hill might be getting over the wire first, so we'll take him. But Léodomine can win. But to recount my selection for the 5th from Auteuil, it's the Grade 1 Grand Prix d'Automne. Let's take the 4-horse Time Hill. We'll give kudos to the 5-horse Léodomine. I'm going to go 4-5 in the forecast exacta, so good luck to him. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingGet5, and I'm so sorry about the mispronunciation of my French words.